Hello everyone. Welcome to Tail Whale TV. Today, we will look at the second chapter of Business Studies, Classification of Businesses. In the last video, we learned the purpose of business activity. In this video, we are going to learn how business activity can be used to classify all the businesses in an economy and why is it important. There are three sectors of an economy: the primary sector, secondary sector, and the tertiary sector. The primary sector provides the raw materials to the secondary sector. The secondary sector then produces finished goods from the raw material. The tertiary sector provides the goods and services to the final consumers. Now, let's look into their detail. First, the primary sector. The primary sector's business activity involves extracting and harvesting raw material. These include agricultural products, such as rice, fish, wood, coal, oil, and many more. Some businesses that fall in the category of primary sector are farming, forestry, and mining. Now, the secondary sector. Secondary sector's business activity involves taking natural resources and turning those raw materials into finished goods. Some examples of the secondary sector include car manufacturing, furniture making, and house building. Some businesses that fall in this category are refining, manufacturing, and construction. And finally, the tertiary sector. Tertiary sector's business activity involves taking finished goods and selling them to the public. Some businesses that fall in the category of tertiary sector are shops, restaurants, banks, and cinemas. The activities that these businesses are retailing, entertainment, finance, and transport. Although the economy is divided into sectors, these sectors depend on each other. This is known as chain of production. Let's look at an example. Oil. The primary sector first extracts oil from underground. Then oil is refined, and products are produced by the secondary sector. Finally, the tertiary sector brings the petrol to the gas station, and sells it to customers. There are other factors that affect business classification, other than the three sectors. The three factors that affect business classification are higher income, better education, and more leisure time. When the consumers have more income, they demand better products. When the consumers have better education, they will know about the quality of products, and that they can buy from other countries via e-commerce. When the consumers have more leisure time, the demand for activities, such as cinemas, watching sports will increase. Another thing discussed in this chapter is the types of countries. The two types of countries are developed countries and developing countries. A developed country, or also known as a more developed country, has higher levels of industrialization, and its people have higher incomes, and have higher standards of living. A developing country, also known as less developed country, has a small industrial sector, and its people have lower standards of living compared to other countries. The other two sectors that are used to classify businesses are the public and private sectors. The businesses that fall in the category of public sectors are owned by the government, and most of their goods and services are free, for example, schools and colleges. The businesses in the private sector are owned and controlled by individuals, for example, retail stores, supermarkets, and many more. In the private sector, the decision of what to produce is determined by the consumer's preferences, as the producers will make what the consumer likes. The decision of how to produce is determined by producers seeking profit. The decision of for whom to produce is determined by purchasing power. In the public sector, the decision of what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce are all made by the government alone. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you had any problems, ask us in the comments below.